do you have strong opinions about Aubrey Plaza or Margaret Qualley?
No. I think most of my opinions are weak in general, but specifically around Margaret Qualley and Aubrey Plaza, I think they are especially weak.
That's fair. That's fair. I really, what makes a good podcaster is one who doesn't have strong opinions and doesn't stake a claim.
Yeah. Oh,
doesn't really care to think or talk.
People love middle of the road podcasters, super centrists who just seemingly have like no opinions on anything. Actually,
we should roleplay a pod, like an episode one day, as like Joe Rogan and
as like a good podcast.
Really no,
no, okay, no, another bad
the opposite
one.
Gotcha. Of that. Yeah. Somehow the only podcast on earth that's worse than ours is the JRE. I just saw a couple, well, not just, but like a week or two ago, I saw Honey Don't, which is the new movie starring Margaret Qualley and Aubrey Plaza from one of the Coen brothers. Ethan Coen is the director and writer.
Yeah. We were talking about that before. Yeah, it looked cool. How was it?
It was fun. I mean, like those movies. So the Coen brothers don't make movies together anymore. They about 5 or maybe 8 years ago, they kind of made their last like collaboration together, and then since then they've kind of done their own thing. I don't think there's beef or anything. It's just that they've gone off and done their own creative pursuits. And so Joel Coen made The Tragedy of Macbeth with your boy Denzel a couple years ago, and I think he does like Broadway. Like I think he writes plays now. And then Ethan Coen is, as we've talked about, with his wife, makes these kind of like lesbian B movies, for lack of a better word. I think that's what they're calling them. And so the first one was Drive Away Dolls, which was a Margaret Qualley led kind of like vehicle about like college age girls trying to get laid, basically. Like, plus there's like a murder mystery in it, but very like light,
but
fun.
Yeah, whatever.
That's
yeah,
but I mean, but like only the loosest, like, really like murder. I mean, there is a murder mystery involved. There is like kind of like a scheme, but it's really just like. Yeah, it's
hijinks
much more,
per se.
Hijinks, yes, I would say very, very silly. And so it doesn't have the same veneer of prestige that their movies, their collaborations together, and the ones that Joel has done, like the Tragedy of Macbeth, like just they're fun, not super serious, not meant to be taken seriously kind of movies. And so Honey Don't was very similar in that way, where what is my cat doing? Banksy.
I don't know. I see the tail waving.
Get off the pow block. Yeah, come on. Hey, get down, asshole. Come on. Chris isn't home, so I think he's like freaking out. He's like, where's my routine?
I need to stand on the tallest thing available right now.
Yeah. Are you hungry? Do you not realize that you have food?
I could eat.
I could kill you. Hang on. Let me go lead my stupid cat. I opened up a can of cat food and set it down in front of him and asked him if he was hungry. He should have eaten an hour ago. I got home late. And now he's acting like he hasn't been fed. Hang on. I think he literally doesn't even smell that there's food on the ground. Be right back. Anyway, Honey Don't is also like a silly kind of hijinks movie. It's a little bit more, I don't want to say noir-ish, but it is like a little bit less slapsticky or like less of a comedy, I guess, but it's still very much a comedy, very silly. People have been like hating it. And I think people like feel a sense of almost like possession over the Coen brothers and the fact that they are not together making movies in a creative way or collaborating anymore. I feel like people get like weirdly like parasocial about it because they have made so many movies that like weird people like. I mean, I'm one of them. I love Fargo, but like Fargo is a top 10 movie for me. But I feel like people are like, these two are just making shit that they should just get back together. Why are they even? How dare they make movies not with each other? And like,
yeah,
I feel like there's an element of that. I don't know. It's interesting. I think anybody who goes into that movie and is like expecting, No Country for Old Men or The Big Lebowski or whatever, and when it's like clearly like Margaret Qualley, Aubrey Plaza, they're fucking and there's a murder. Like I don't know what you expected, guys. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think just from like watching the ads for their latest one, I feel like they set the expectations really well for like, hey, you're getting like lesbian, maybe not rom-com, but it's definitely a com. So yeah, bring the laughs, right? So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, like a sex comedy is how I would describe both of them, honestly, or like at least Driveway Dolls. But you know, people want their Big Lebowski, they want their fucking No Country for Old Men, like or Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Not to roll my eyes. I've been watching all of the Coen movies, kind of, or I've been watching most of them for blank check and like just to keep up with them and fill in the gaps of what I haven't seen. And like, there are so many of their movies that I'm like, all right, I get it. Like, let's not. Let's.
I get it.
It's crazy because I really do love Fargo. Fargo is like just a totemic movie for me. So you know, but I don't know. I watch Your Brother, Where Art Thou, and I'm like. Or The Big Lebowski, which I really don't like. I can appreciate it, but I'm like, that is none of my business. Like, we really should. That should be kept away from me. I know you haven't seen most of these, but...
Yeah. Is it just like a dude bro film? That's the opinion, so I've always sort of gotten.
It's literally, the dude is the name of the character. It's not a dude bro. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those movies that is quoted so much. Like, the people who like, you know, people who say movie quotes... to be funny. Yeah. The Big Lebowski is like the fucking text for those people. Like that, like okay, yeah. You've seen memes and pictures and like jokes and texts from the Big Lebowski that like you'd be like, oh, that's what this is from. Like this like, what annoying people are always saying. Yeah.
I mean I know a lot of them. Yeah. I mean maybe the verbal memes not as well. But like I have had people like where I've been because like a lot of times like people will make references to things and like. If it's not funny, I'm not going to laugh at it, and then like they inevitably have to follow up with like, "Oh, you know where that's from, right?" And it's like, nope, just don't care.
I don't care.
And the Big Lebowski is that a lot.
Yeah.
I was playing Lethal Company with my brother the other night. I had to like re-download it and everything. It's huge pain, and my mic wasn't working for the beginning. And so I was like following around like to his friends for a minute, and they like exclusively talk to each other in like memes. And not recent ones either. It was like, I don't know. It was like looking into a time capsule of like 2012 or something. And like
scary.
Yeah. I mean, immediately they did the, cause like my name on Steam. Wow. I'm not going to say my name on Steam, but, they're like, oh, please, like, blank is my father, you know, call me. And then it was like my Steam name. And I was like, oh, okay, so Finding Nemo. All right, like right off the bat, I was like, okay, kind of gotcha.
Is that a Finding Nemo meme? I feel like that's just like, I don't, is that
it from
actually
Crush?
A meme?
Yeah. Mr. Turtle was my father.
Well, I know he says
call me Crush.
But is it? I feel like Finding Nemo is making fun of people saying that. Like it's not like Finding Nemo.
Probably,
coined that phrase, right?
They didn't coin it, but they definitely popularized it. I think for anyone like kind of in our age group, that's the meme, right?
Maybe.
Sure. Yeah. That was like maybe not even their first example or like exposition to the phrase, but like definitely like the most iconic and like the most remembered and spread.
Sure.
So, I mean. I would say just from right from their other like meme usages during the night, I was like, all right, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what that was. Later on, they did they did a couple of Simpsons ones, but the one that I got like immediately was they were like, no, not Lenny, but like replacing it with my fucking Discord handle when they found me dead, and I was like, oh okay, wow, I was like, all right, I get it. Like, I'm not laughing over here, but I get it. So.
Yeah. The Big Lebowski is definitely
one of those.
I mean, the one, well, because there is the meme that people like the one of John Goodman in that movie where he's holding up a gun and it's like, doesn't anybody care about the rules around here, or am I the only one who cares about XYZ? People still use that, which is so much. Anyway. I don't know. It's fine. I mean, it's a good movie. You should see it once at least. But just like, it's so fucking annoying. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, this is We Want to Watch. Let's talk about a more interesting and under-discussed movie, like maybe Empire of the Sun from 1987, directed by Steven Spielberg, which was the Rick's pick. I'm just getting right to it. I'm not letting you interject with any bullshit.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Did you mention this was 1987?
I did.
I heard directed
I
by
did
Steven
say that.
Spielberg. Okay, yeah, all right, yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Um,
That's Ricky, and I'm Lane. Also, for the record, in case
Yeah.
anybody's coming to
in
our
case
podcast
anyone's,
for the first time on
counting
the
names.
Empire of
Yeah.
the Sun episode. I know why you picked this movie, but recap for us why you picked this movie.
So this movie has Ben Stiller in it, and when we were talking last episode, we came across Ben Stiller's Wikipedia page when talking about Tropic Thunder, and I saw that he was in this movie, and that actually his work in this movie helped inspire Tropic Thunder, and I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Let's watch this movie, especially because it sort of fits in, maybe not fits in well with The Deer Hunter, but as far as like emotional, transformational movies based around war, I think it's pretty spot on there, right?
So it's so funny. My very first note when I was done with the movie and I was kind of writing up some basic talking points, my very first note was, if you recall, on the Deer Hunter episode, we were kind of like bandying back and forth, like, is there a movie that kind of positively depicts like the arc of transformation that someone undergoes with war? And I feel like this is maybe the closest possible movie that you could get to. Obviously, it's not a positive, like this movie doesn't end on a happy note necessarily, but like
Right.
framing this movie is so fucking weird, and framing this
movie
the
is fucking
story
weird.
as it's fucking weird. The framing of it as like kind of like this coming of age tale is, which I understand this is based on a novel or like a semi-autobiographical story, but it just it's like, oh, this is like the most positive depiction you could possibly get. Like it's so ironic that that's what ended up being picked. And anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I agree 100%. I mean, one of my biggest things while watching this movie was trying to figure out what left Ben Stiller so cynical, right? Because obviously, yeah, Tropic Thunder, huge satire of like, maybe not, and I don't want to say of the war, right? But of like war productions or war films.
War movies,
Or movies, I guess war movies in general. But like, more specifically, because, I mean, not it kind of sucks, like, not knowing much about Tropic Thunder, but like, having not seen it and like not knowing much about it, obviously, like, he has a decent bit of disdain for like the actors specifically, and like the way that they portray people in war movies.
It has to be John Malkovich. It must be that John Malkovich. So I don't know if you really are familiar with his game, but like, he must have been the one that like was taking it really seriously and like very pretentiously, that like made Ben Stiller like, I can't see it, maybe because like the rest of the cast of this movie is like Miranda Richardson, a bunch of other actors that I don't think that fucking Ben Stiller probably would have interacted with again. Maybe Joey Pantoliano, but I don't think so. And he doesn't seem like the kind who'd be up his own ass. John Malkovich is like mega up his own ass as a guy. And so like, I could totally see that he, you know, his portrayal or like, that his experience working alongside him in this movie, where I bet like Malkovich, like this movie was like super prestigious, right? Like it's kind of in Spielberg, and we'll talk about Spielberg. It's in his like attempting to be an adult filmmaker arc era.
Yeah.
So I imagine there was talk of like, oh, you could be a best supporting actor nominee, and like this movie's going to get all these accolades and everything. And this movie's, I'd say, mostly forgotten and probably, you know, and was definitely like not like as critically well received as, you know, like people were like, yeah, okay. So, like,
can I say,
I could totally see. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Maybe deservedly so, but anyway, go on. You can totally see how John Malkovich would be up his own ass. Yeah.
I don't know if you know him or like are very familiar with him as an actor, but
I've only seen that he gets inside his own head.
Have you seen that movie?
No.
I like him as an actor. He's fun. He's in some of my favorite movies. But
It's one of those
like
becoming
Dangerously
John
License.
Malkovich. Oh, okay.
So it's being John Malkovich, but no.
Fuck!
I'm not.
Okay.
No,
Come
he's
on,
in
I just
Dangerous
said 3
Liaisons.
letters. Mm.
Yeah, you were so close. Anyway, he's a good actor, but he's definitely like he's like known as an asshole. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ben Stiller was like, that is the guy I have in mind, and inspiring Tropic Thunder. I bet there's like gossip blind items about it from that time period, from when Tropic Thunder came out, of people being like, John Malkovich is pissed because of this movie. But so yeah, what was your overall impression of this movie besides fucking weird?
I also came off, and again, maybe the whole Ben Stiller take like poisoned the well for how I was watching this film.
Sure.
But I didn't like it that much. Like, I was like, oh, it's fine. But like, yeah, it's weird because it seems almost like if you change like one plot beat and like just a couple of like the way that they sort of portray the story, or like the notes of the story a little bit, and like some of the music, you could make a very, very different movie, right? One which was either way more serious or almost more satirical, and it feels like, to me at least, maybe I didn't get a good read on it, but it didn't feel like it had like a through line on the messaging outside, like as far as, outside of like the coming of age story that the kid goes through, like for the war itself, and like, like I guess like atrocities of war, and like how people act during war. It was very sort of like, shit happens, man. But like none of it really matters. At least to me, and I was I was left a little.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
interesting. And we haven't mentioned Christian Bale really yet.
No.
It's I feel like the weird part of this movie is that it is through the eyes of a kid, but it kind of wants to play at both sides of like, do you know the movie, I think it's Life is Beautiful? It's about the Holocaust.
No.
Anyway, so right, like when you think of like a movie about a kid in war, it could either be like, here's the suffering this kid went through, or here's this like hopeful kind of like how the kid copes, and like the kid influences the other people around them. Like there's like these two different kind of tacks. I think that a war movie with a child protagonist, or like a main character child, would go. And this one, I was prepared for it to be the latter. Especially, you look at the fucking poster of this movie, and he's like, yippee! Like, he's like holding up the plane and like skipping, which, and then like, so it's like, okay, like I'm prepared. And then the tagline is, to survive in a world at war, he must find a strength greater than all the events that surround him. And then like the short kind of like description says that he provides a beacon of hope for the others held captive with him. So I was like, okay, this is going to be like scrappy young Christian Bale is like warming everybody's hearts, and he like is going to maintain his childlike wonder, and maybe he'll grow up, but he's not necessarily like going to be, he's like almost too complex of a character while still being a child, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
It's like
they
a
try
realistic,
to make him very complex. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
and
feel like
Christian
it
Bale
falls
does a lot with
flat.
that. But yeah.
He does. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think excellent performance, especially from like a child actor. But
yeah.
For me, I think the way that they portray him is maybe like too bright-eyed at certain points, like
yeah.
Which
it's weird for me to like a movie more than you.
Yeah.
So, already.
What I'm thinking of specifically is like when the American planes come at the end, the Mustangs, and he's like on the roof yelling about it, and it's like so much shit. Even just like, so like once he's at the internment camp, and like it's like established that like, okay, he's like, the boy that brings joy, essentially, right? I was like, okay,
but he doesn't.
I get that.
Is
cool.
The thing
he doesn't really?
Right?
But I mean,
that's
still,
what makes it so weird. Like
people like to see him, right? It's like it feels almost like yeah. The old guys have the banter with him where they pretend like they're pretending to play golf and they're like, oh, the groundskeepers aren't gonna like you running around here, like that sort of stuff. Like oh,
but
like
beyond
you're
that
gonna have to...
though,
Hmm.
like I feel like the people that the adults that we interact with the most, right? John Malkovich, the older English couple, the doctor, none of them, they all kind of treat this kid like he's a little shit because he is. Like it's not like those adult characters are not like, oh shucks, we love Christian Bale. Like it's not like that.
Well,
they're like, okay, well this is a kid, so we got to protect him, but he is annoying and also shut the fuck up sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, well, yes, that, but also it's like they do like give him stuff, and like the doctor was like helping teach him and stuff, and it makes it, I mean, I think more realistic, but also it feels like there's a tone mismatch sometimes where like anytime like sometimes like he'll talk to them and like they're like it seems like, oh, like obviously we're happy to see you, yada yada, we're talking, and like and then sometimes they're just like, yeah, all right, kid, like that's enough, and it's like obviously like patience is thin, it's war, right? Like really shitty situation all around, but like the fact that it still feels like there's a lot of people who are willing to like not extend a hand, but like, you know, verbally extend a hand, I guess, right? And still like, you know, talk to them and like, you know, bullshit around. Which is like,
and that
weird. I don't know.
What's so weird about it, I don't even think it's necessarily the way that the people treat him. I think it's pretty realistic, right? Like, there's no one is like John Malkovich does not show up and then he's like the new surrogate dad who's perfect and warm and nice and loving. Like there is no like like parental figure.
I love his
really.
Character. Yeah. I think Basie is great,
so but like what makes the tone feel weird is I think the way that Spielberg shoots this is so wondrous and like kind of like sweeping.
Yeah,
you know, and so like okay, like the scene. Hang on, the scene where like the planes, right, where he's like reacting and he's like jumping up and down and freaking out. That seems like a trauma response, right? Like that's not like him being like, yeah, I love planes, the way that you might expect in a movie where he's, you know, this is just like a happy-go-lucky kid. Like instead he's obviously like freaking out and like trying to cope. He's like, you know, we could have died there. Like it would have been our bones or whatever in the road. And then that's when the doctor says like, you need to think less, like stop thinking so much. Yeah. So like, but that scene is kind of shot in this very like, wow, like bombastic, like I'm, you know, playing with action figures kind of a way. And so that's what makes it feel weird. I feel like, or when he first gets to the camp, it's like, it's, you know, he walks up to the plane and he's like kind of reacting in awe, and it's shot in not in this somber way of like, wow, you're really going to get to see these like military planes. It's like, wow, isn't flying cool? And then the you know, the Japanese soldiers like salute him and stuff. So it is,
which
that's
is like
where
hokey.
The tone
that feels
mismatch.
Super hokey. Yeah,
it's hokey. Yeah. That's where I feel like the tone mismatch comes from. I feel like this story itself is not inherently hokey. It's the way Spielberg does it. Yeah.
Right. So both of those scenes, with the planes, like the orchestral score that's going on feels like you said, very bombastic. Yeah. Very bombastic, but it feels almost like uplifting to a certain degree, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like a like brah, brah. Like it's not like in traditional war movies where it'd be like crashing and like like
it's a John Williams
discordant,
score, right?
Yeah. No, it's very pleasing to hear, and like the planes look cool, and like the way that they drop the bombs and like fly away and stuff. Like we're watching places get bombed, which is like you watch it and you're like, oh, this is obviously like a very bad thing, but it's shot like very interestingly. Like it's very it's very fun, right? And it's like you're watching the Blue Angels perform, right? Like you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like they're doing like flybys. This is awesome. And like when he's like, oh, like I could like taste their heat and like the like oil coming off of them or something. Like I do. Like it is scary, and like I definitely see it as like a trauma response, but the whole way that it's shot is just so weird, man. And like the doctor like sort of grabbing him and then like carrying him away. Even that is,
and you get that close up of Christian Bale where he like says like, I forget what my parents look like. That's like the part that should unlock all of it, but the stuff that came before is so bombastic and like action filled that you're like, wait, this doesn't make sense. Like, if
like the music shifted or like just stopped, or there was like a more somber tone or something. But it didn't feel like there was like a distinct emotional shift in like the music or the way it's being shot. So like this like really great line delivered well. Just like for me, that fell super flat. I was like, yeah, I get what they're getting at, but also, and that's what it felt like a lot of times. Like with the soldiers you were talking about, like he's like sort of like leveling the rifle at him, and I'm like, he's not gonna shoot him when the other three guys are right there. And I'm like, oh, okay, he's singing the song, and he's like saluting them. Maybe he wasn't singing the song at that point, but I was like, all right, I get it, right? And it does sort of make him like invulnerable to a degree, which like fine, but I don't know.
Okay. We've got a lot of tendrils to explore here. This is our first Spielberg that we've watched for the podcast, believe it or not.
That's crazy.
It is kind of crazy. And the only one that you and I have watched together is Jaws. So I feel I kind of want to get into, because I think the Spielbergianness of this movie is to its downfall. And so I want to hear from you about just like, what Spielbergs have you seen, and like what are your thoughts on him as a director overall? I don't know if you want me to name some movies, or if you know enough Spielberg movies off the top of your head, or I can send you the list. I don't want to be condescending, but
you're fine. I've seen Jaws. I've seen the Transformers movies. I like the Transformers movies.
Those are not. Those are not
That's
Spielberg.
Not Spielberg?
Those are Michael Bay. Someone out there who's listening to the show just like fell to their knees.
Yeah.
So Indiana Jones.
I've seen E.T., the Extraterrestrial. I've seen one or two of the Indiana Jones movies, possibly.
Okay.
I don't know if I've seen the 2005 War of the Worlds.
Okay. You'd like that movie, I think.
Yeah, I also think I would. I think that's it.
Have you seen Hook?
No.
You haven't seen Jurassic Park?
Oh, I've seen Jurassic
Park.
I'm not seeing it on this list. I wasn't seeing it on this list. Sorry. Got a lot that I'm looking through here, man.
I'm going to skip the ones I'm almost certain you have not seen. But so Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, I've seen Schindler's List. I haven't seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I'm looking.
I haven't gotten
through
all
the list.
Yeah. Okay.
I've seen
Indiana
Jurassic
Jones,
Park. I've seen
obviously.
Schindler's List.
Yeah. You've seen Hook. There's no fucking
indies.
way you haven't seen Hook. I know you've seen Hook.
I really don't think I've seen Hook.
That's so crazy.
No, I haven't seen Hook.
I would have put money. Saving Private Ryan?
No.
I think you've seen that. In high school, maybe. Minority Report. Catch Me If You Can?
Oh yeah. I have seen Catch Me If You Can. Yeah, if you can. That was a funny one.
AI. Before AI was a hot button topic on this podcast.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure you haven't seen most of his later ones, like Lincoln, Bridge of Spies, The Post, Munich,
the BFG, West Side Story,
Ready Player One,
untitled film. No, I haven't seen that one.
Okay, so Empire of the Sun's pretty early. I mean, this is post Jaws, post E.T., post the first couple Indiana Jones. So this is like in his like weird, like I want to be taken seriously era. And
yeah, I also might have seen The Color Purple from 1985, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was released right before this movie,
it's like his movie before this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie is like this one in that you're like, this is the wrong guy. They got the wrong guy here.
Yeah.
But Color Purple
I do remember that
good.
movie being pretty somber though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it maybe hit the somber notes. At least because, I mean, I did read the book around the same time, so I think I could just be, conflating the two. But I feel like if there was, like, a line towed by, like, oh, like, this is almost too Spielberg-esque, it was towed there and, like, fucking tripped over here, right? Yeah. Yeah.
There are definitely, I think, critics of that movie and his kind of view of it from like a black perspective that are definitely they're right in that he kind of like softens a lot of it. It has the same problems that this one does.
Can't really do right.
But that movie balances the tone, I think, in part because of the performances. It's just like a more compelling movie, despite the weird tone. Whereas this one I kind of felt was a little bit empty. And
yeah. So like I was thinking that too, like because we were talking about Deer Hunter, and I was like, you want to talk about an empty movie, man? Like,
yeah,
I mean, like I hate to say it, but like because I do think there were some great performances on screen, right? Like that's not what's
in this one
detracting me here. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I just was not getting bit, you know.
Well, and the okay. Of the movies you've seen of Spielberg's, a lot of them, like, people have this, like, dad, like, every movie that Spielberg makes is about his dad, right? Or is about fatherhood, or being a dad, or being a child, and seeing your dad. Like, that's, like, the unified theory of Spielberg, right? You've seen Jaws. That movie is so much about, like, paternal responsibility kind of through the eyes of, like, an adolescent, right? Like, you're like, wow, these cool, like, archetypal guys, like, going out there and being brave men, you know, like, and that movie's kind of juvenile. No shade to Jaws. Jaws is one of my top 10 movies of all time. Don't ask me how many times I might say that, but, like, it's probably more than 10. But, you know, so, like, people think, same with, like, Jurassic Park, that movie's about a guy learning to want to be a dad. Hook is about a kid, you know, or like learning to grow up, and like his fixation on childhood is like such a and fatherhood. Those two things are like so important. And so seeing this, it's very like stunted, infantile, like kind of filmmaking in a lot of ways, even though he's dealing with this more somber topics. He's getting good performances out of these actors, especially Christian Bale, like, and the material itself does not have to be dealt with in that way, but it's kind of a failure. I would say this movie is a bit of a failure in showing more mature filmmaking, or because everything's through the eyes of a child. It almost it's playing to his weaknesses in that way, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that like everyone does treat him like he's annoying, and he is kind of annoying, and like that's also the other part of it is that like I'm kind of annoyed watching him in this film, and it's like
he's alienating as a protagonist. Yeah, it's hard to sit with a protagonist who you like don't like that much. He's an interesting kid though, and I think Christian Bale. It's really funny. Like the minute that he showed up on screen, I wasn't like, you know, sometimes you watch a child actor, even one that you see like and know as an adult, like an adult actor, like you're like, oh, this is like that's fun. They're like, this is them as a kid. This was like, oh, Christian Bale's just playing a kid. Like, like all of it's there. It's all there. Like from the beginning, he was Christian Bale. You know what? I don't know if that makes sense.
But, no, it makes sense. I get what you're getting at. I just did not like recognize him. Because like I didn't know who the child actors were. No, and I'm not good at that. I'll be honest with you.
That's crazy. He looks the same.
Until I looked it up, I thought that was Ben Stiller, and I was going to make jokes about like that being Ben Stiller. And I had to throw that away once I looked it up, and he was Christian Bale. I was like, man, that sucks. Yeah.
Holy shit, Ricky.
It's the face blindness. That's what does me in.
Don't you Google the movie? Like, don't you do even rudimentary like, who is the director and star
not before
of
I
this
watch
film?
it. I mean, I knew who was
That's
in the
crazy.
film, and specifically, I knew that Ben Stiller was in it, right? He was one of the ones on the list. So anytime, like, a person was on screen, they have the, like, there's plausible deniability that that's Ben Stiller. yeah, any point in time.
Ben Stiller is the wife of the British couple. He's the
Ben
Japanese
Stiller is
kamikaze shoulder.
Both of the housemaids that are looking after the house that the kid.
He was playing the plane, actually. Yeah. That's crazy. So I mean, now you know it's it's not Ben Stiller. You know it's Christian Bale in this lead role. That, I mean, I feel like he's like fully formed as an actor here. Like I really feel, you know, sometimes you watch a child actor and you're like, this is a child at the end of the day. Yeah. And sometimes you're like, oh, this is like a very complex, like he's making choices and he's like, you know, like actually acting and bringing complexity that isn't necessarily there on the page. He's bringing something to it. And that's really interesting. And it makes the little kid, even though he's kind of fucking annoying, especially in the beginning, when he's like bossing around the housemaids.
He's super snooty. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that kid.
It's also insane because, like, I don't know, when they were dressing up and going to like their dress up party, and like he's got like a Japanese regalia on or something. Like I think something that
isn't
had, like,
he dressed? I think he's like wearing like pantaloons. Isn't he like going for like an Indian sultan kind of thing?
I don't know what he was going for. It was the plane. He had a Japanese plane. That's what it was.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, racist. But it was a Japanese plane, and like, I don't know. It's super fucking weird because like even when he's talking to his dad early on in the film, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like I want to join like the Japanese Air Force," and his dad's like, "You're a fucking idiot, kid. Like shut the fuck up, all right? Like real quick.
We're British." Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy how the harder I work, the luckier we get? Shut the fuck up, kid. Like it's like yeah. Which I totally get. But it's there's such an interesting dynamic between like the all Chinese like household that's sort of like looking after them, and like this kid who's like you know, maybe a Japanophile or to some degree, right? Where he's like, oh yeah, like man, I can't wait
he just
for it.
likes
Like,
planes,
they have great spirit,
right?
Yeah, but there's also a lot of things where he's like, oh, like they have like great spirit, like that's why they're going to win the war, like that sort of stuff. And people have to keep going, like, hey, buddy, they're not going to win the war, and we don't want them to. Like that's, I mean, they say that to him like straight up several times throughout the film.
Well, it's like an identity crisis that he goes throughout the movie, right? Like he starts off and he's like kind of insecure or like latching on to these different identities. He's obviously a little shit. He's obviously like, you know, kind of having trouble fitting in that way. Like even from the opening when he's in the like choir and he's like kind of like dawdling off. He's not paying, like from the title sequence, basically.
Yeah.
Like he then goes through this arc of being, you know, obsessed with the Japanese fighters, obsessed with then the Americans. He like kind of shifts his identity once the British identity is basically subsumed by the war. You know, this like British colonizer, like, yeah, we just live here now. Like sorry, like why are they there? Who knows? Just because that was what the British Empire used to do. But like, so then he kind of like tries to surrender to the Japanese soldiers, which gets him laughed off. Then he's hanging out with Basie, so he's American. And then at the end, it's like he doesn't even know, he doesn't recognize his parents, he doesn't recognize himself. You know? So it's complex. It's so complex and so interesting of like an arc for a child character to go through in this type of setting. So why is it shot like that? Why does it sound like this?
This
and is
like,
such
why
an
do I
interesting, you know,
Right. But like, why? Like at the end, where he just looks like hollow, right? And his parents are like essentially like it's super weird because it's like all these kids and like the parents are like looking at them like they're prize cattle and they're like trying to find their kid, right? And it's like that super fucked up and weird, and like the way it's played is just like I don't know, very
uniting. Yeah. It's like fucking Kevin meeting his parents at the end of Home Alone again, you know?
Yeah. But
a little more somber, but
but it didn't feel like super triumphant, and it didn't feel super somber either. It didn't really feel
it was a little
like much of anything. Yeah.
I agree with you, because it could be, you know, and part of that is because it ends right then. Like he's like, all right, we're done here, roll credits, and so part of that is, you know, I think leaving you with something to think about, like what is his life like after this, but there is no, you know, it having kind of sent you these conflicting like tone versus story versus performance pieces, then you're kind of left empty because nothing seems like emotionally that's a good way of putting it.
And like I don't know, the thing is like, okay, I get leaving it kind of open-ended, like, oh, like what happened to him after this,
right?
Would have been 10 times more compelling if he hadn't seen his parents, right? Or if we had a scene after he had met his parents, right. Even a scene where his parents are like looking for him in like,
and he doesn't see them,
right, in like an orphanage or something where there's a lot of kids, and like we don't get that like final closure, like, oh, like like, did they or do they meet? Like, did they or don't they meet up? And it's like, does it really matter at the end? It's like, no. Like,
yeah,
wrapped up in a bow. They do meet up again at the end, and like, that's it. That's the story. And it's like,
yeah,
okay, yeah, I don't know.
It's a weird ending. It's a weird ending.
Yeah.
Like,
For a weird movie. Like,
yeah. Well, and he makes this, he kind of previously in the movie talks about his mom's hair. Like he describes her hair to somebody else, and then at the end that's what he touches. He's like playing with her hair, like as if that's the thing to jog his memory. And like, I feel like if we had like cut and ended like a little earlier or a little later of like, does he not recognize them still? Like leaving a little more mystery, kind of like end of Inception style. Like, yeah, again, that could have been more emotionally compelling, but instead it's like, okay, he recognizes them, but it's so hollow and there's no one is playing any emotion. Like his parents aren't like, oh my God, my kid who I thought could have been dead,
Right.
Like,
it's very like they're inspecting cattle. They're like, oh, that's the child. That's
That's
ours. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We will procure
Crazy.
him to our home now. Thank you very much. And it's like, okay.
Which is, again, like, he finds their car earlier, like when they go to the second camp, or like when they do their march and they find all this like stuff. He like recognizes their car. And so again, it's like, he's thought that they're dead, probably, like, right? Or like it's a reminder of his past life and like, oh wow, that seems so long ago now. So the payoff is just not there. It's a movie that leaves you wanting, and the movie doesn't seem like it should, like up to this point, based on how it's portraying this story.
Yeah. And so I want to talk about the stuff too for like just a hot second, right?
A lot of stuff in this movie. Yeah.
A lot of stuff. But like, so when our guy, Jim, first meets Basie, he's like, hey, I know where there's a bunch of shit. Let's go get it. And like they go there, yada yada. But like we get to see all of that stuff at the end, and that's what Basie sort of like had been joking about with Jim, and it's like what he sort of like pokes fun at him for several times, where he's like, "Oh yeah, like the glass chandeliers, right? Like oh yeah, the grand piano," and we get to see those like laying sort of like destitute, just like to the side of the road, like whatever, and it's like an interesting take on like what like has value, right? And like who values it, because it's like, all right, well, like this occupying force, they like gathered all of it, and they were like, well, what the fuck do we do with it, right? And so they just sort of like left it.
It's not valuable.
Right.
Well, and like even the way. Go ahead. I
was gonna say, like even like the scalpers, or however you want to refer to them, the like scavengers, like they see it as valuable at one point, and then like they do still sort of joke about it later, because they're like, kid, food's raining, we got Frigidaire's raining from the sky, like why do you care about anything else?
Yeah. Well, and the way Spielberg shoots all of the stuff and things in this movie is so hokey. It's hokey.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about Schindler's List? I'm coming in hot.
I thought that was a good movie. So I only watched that in high school for like our film class, and I thought it was like a good movie. I thought it was like emotionally affecting. Like I remember watching that movie and being like, damn, all right, like humans can do some fucked up shit, right? I was like definitely for a while I was like, yeah, okay, like I feel like it delivered on like the movie's premise in general, I guess. Like illuminating the horrors of like war, and especially the Holocaust, and like also maybe like the light that can be seen, where it's like, okay, like there are some people who try to help, but like these people face like threat of death daily for their like even minuscule contributions towards like humanity, right? Which I don't know. I like that movie. I thought that was a really good, like a really great movie. I don't know. I thought they kind of nailed it.
You're valid. I mean, not a hot take to say that Schindler's List is a good movie.
I don't think it is, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really watch that movie in full until a few years ago when I was maybe in my 20s. And knew more of its reputation as like a complicated kind of movie among some like certain, I think, Jewish, especially film critics, of like some of the actiony ways that Spielberg, for lack of a better term, actiony, like portrays some of the events of that movie, where it is like, why are we making like a thriller out of, you know, the Holocaust? Or like in times like that movie overall is not a thriller, but like there are scenes that are meant to thrill and like, you know, get your kind of like, you know, get you scared and get you, and they're shot in this, action kind of way, or like very like pop editing kind of way. And the reason I bring it up is there's also, like, when I watched it, I didn't necessarily feel that way overall, but like there is a lot of attention paid to objects in that movie in the same way that this one does. And like, that movie, I think, is a much better master of tone than this movie is. But this one, there's a lot of like kind of empty portrayal of like, I don't want to say wonder, but like awe at objects in this movie, of like the Life magazines. And of course, it's through the eyes of a child, but there it is kind of like, why are we glorifying this? Or not even glorifying, like, I don't think Spielberg's like unethical or something for like being like, planes, this kid thinks planes are cool, but just like, or like the way that the junk is shown, or in the beginning, go ahead.
I was gonna say, one of the scenes at the end where when all the food's coming down and it like crashes through the roof of the like, medic building, or like hospital,
and he's like, and he's like, he looks like fucking Charlie
the Chocolate Factory. I was gonna say, yeah. Because it literally, like, with like the dust or whatever that's falling, it looks sparkly. Like it looks like there's like sparkles like traveling down, and it does have that like big sense of wonder. It's like, oh, like there's wonder and glee, right? And it's like tonally, right? Especially like after what we've just like
weird
watched. I was like, this is I was like, this is super fucking weird. And then like you know, like this movie also sort of touches on like humanity between sides, right? And like with like the like pilot who is like growing up, who he sees like, you know, with the plane or whatever, right? Who like doesn't snitch on him, you know, like lets him sort of get away,
helps him get away,
helps him get away, and then like they just shoot one of the guys at the end, and like, I mean, I don't know,
it's
the way it's sort of brushed aside. I don't know. And then they do like he does like the Hershey bit again, like the, hey, you want a candy bar? But this time he says like Hershey's chocolate bar, like specifically, and then like it's real sort of like, I was like, oh, okay, cool callback that they did a couple of times, but it feels really tongue in cheek and like dismissive of like what literally just happened. And I mean, I guess it's like maybe dismissive of the kid, and that's what we're supposed to take away from it, is that like the adults just don't care about the kid here. I don't know.
And you know, you raise a good point about, I mean, all of the Japanese characters, there's really only 3 Japanese characters that we see more than once, right? And 2 of them are pretty villainous. So they're pretty paper thin as far as characterization goes. But the shooting of the soldier that, you know, was trying to help him cut open his fruit or whatever,
that he had just given to him, it fucked up.
It is the thing that keeps Jim from joining Basie and going back to America or whatever together, is the way that, you know, he kind of like brushes them off at that point. So like there's consequences to it, but it is, again, like, this is the one Japanese character that had any sort of like positive portrayal, really, and so now we're left with, you know, just like, okay, we're moving along, we're not really going to spend any time with that, we need to get him back to his parents. It's weird. It's just weird.
The water coming from his mouth at the end, I don't know if that was supposed to be a Jesus thing, and maybe I just look for Jesus in everything, but like anytime that a character dies and like it's like water instead of blood, I mean, I'm immediately like, oh, is there like a religious connotation here?
Well,
which I just did not see. I don't know. I was hoping there maybe there was something more interesting happening on screen.
Well, it's supposed to be the big cathartic or climactic moment of like illustrating this kid's broken psychology and like trauma of like I want to rescue everybody. I make everything okay again?
Oh, right.
Like,
yeah.
Isn't it, can't I can bring them back. So it's supposed to show that, but again, it's like, and they even cut to, showing young little schoolboy British version of him. He's British the whole time, but like little British schoolboy version. And so, that's what we're driving home, but it's still hollow. It's still so hollow.
Yeah. I mean, earlier we see a woman die, and like he like brings her back for a second, and like the doctor has to be like, no, like,
it's just like the eyes like dart, like just like basically a reflex on a dead body. Yeah.
Or well, in his eyes, he thinks he brings her back for like a second, and they were like, dude, Jim, just shut off.
And then he fixates on that. Yeah.
It took but I mean, it's just these two instances where we sort of see that, right? Like, I think that would have been very interesting to expand upon, and maybe have more of like a more central theme or idea of like, oh, like I can bring anyone back, like, or if the people who died were maybe closer to him, and like there would have been more emotions there or something. I don't know.
Well, he does see the British lady die, right? And
oh, that's
like,
true.
It's like during the fucking atom bomb, like, dropped, which is crazy. So like he does have this like remove from death, even though he's surrounded by it all the time, and like he's very like vehement about Basie not stealing from a corpse to give him new shoes and stuff like that. So it's showing, I think his. Yeah, that's pretty early in the movie, but
he does it himself later, right? He does take the shoes that he asked the doc for. It's like, all right, wow, yeah.
So, right, I'm thinking it's trying to show this kid's push and pull between he wants to maintain his innocence and like hope that there's something that he can do to get back to the way he was, versus he's denying the reality around him, but he doesn't want to seem like he's denying it. He just wants to seem like he's bigger than it. That if he's strong enough, if he grows up enough, whatever, if he's useful enough, right? We never really see why he's like a traitor. Like he's basically doing Animal Crossing, for all of his, like bring the, various objects to different people. But presumably it's because it probably kept him, it keeps him advantageous, to people, but also he gets to, find objects that make Basie happy and make the doctor give him more attention and stuff, so he's a scrappy kid, even though he seems like a privileged asshole in the beginning. Like he figures it out, but it's at what cost?
Yeah. I just think it would have been more interesting to focus on some of the ideas that sort of bubble up through the film, but like aren't really kept as a guideline or like a through line. Like you were talking about with the when you watch the older woman die and like the light of the atom bomb goes off. Later on in the film, like they're talking about that, and he says like, "Oh, like do you think that's like God?
She went up to heaven
at us or something,
right?
Or like God winking?" And he's like, "Oh, I thought it was like her going to heaven, but actually it was God like looking at us or taking a picture, like a snapshot, right?"
Yeah.
And like near the beginning of the film, when his mom's tucking him in, he's like, "Oh, like." It was like,
do you think God would be playing tennis with us or something? He mentions God playing tennis.
Yeah, he's like, God's playing tennis, but like he's like, oh, like I'm dreaming of God. Do you think we're just God's dream? And I'm like, all right, like okay, But again, they're constantly sort of like, I don't want to say hinting at like deeper themes, because there are obviously deeper themes at play here, but they never feel really fleshed out or like meaningful to me in any like true regard, right?
Yeah. The story is telling one thing, but the filmmaking is telling a different story, and so it's like it keeps it from being more fleshed out. Because the opening of this movie is very weird too, in the sense of like you are put on your back foot a little bit by this sense of impending doom, and the you spend a long time where Christian Bale's alone before, like after he gets separated from his parents, chasing a toy, very like kid shit, but then he spends like probably 20 minutes, kind of just like drinking what little water he can out of the faucets, and before he runs into Basie. So
food and shit. Yeah.
So it's setting you up for like a more somber film that just doesn't get there.
Right. It feels very cynical at the beginning, like of like the colonizers and their place within like Japan, and their place like at I guess specifically within the context of this movie, within the war between Japan and China, right? Or I think they were in China previously. So like just the colonizer's place,
in
but
Shanghai,
like specifically, but specifically like during this war, right? And it's, I don't know, like, I guess it does a good job of like showing how like a bunch of different people have adapted to the situations of the war, right? And like how they try to draw others into like their way of living, and like make that like the new normal for them, and in like varying degrees of health, I guess, right? But like, yeah, I don't know. It just didn't hit. Just didn't hit me, you know?
It's a weird ass movie. It's weird. Well, and all of the characters are complex and cynical and sad and like very real, like very Mike Lee, if not to be like insane. Ooh. But like if you remember Secrets and Lies and Naked, like very, you know, just like dark, realistic, complex human characters, like all of them. And then so it's like I would love to see the movie that delves into their psychology more, other than this kid. I don't know. I wonder, you know, I just wonder what it would be like if it wasn't Spielberg that made this movie. Could this be a perfect, you know, it's based on a novel. Yeah. So, you know, maybe the novel is a little bit more balanced and not so like light and almost joyous at times.
Yeah. It just also seems like really super weird. So we talked about like the first time he's like running around camp or like biking around camp. And, like, that's also very, like, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? Where it's, like... Yeah. I'm like, I mentioned that it seems like everyone, like, likes him. Maybe not likes him, but, like, the amount of people that he's, like...
helping or getting along with. Yeah.
And it feels Great Escape-esque, you know? Like I felt like, for a bit, I was watching The Great Escape. Because, like, it has that, like, dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. And I was like, okay, but they're not doing the dun-duns, right? Like I'm watching it and I'm feeling the dun-dun, but I'm not seeing the dun-dun on my screen.
What if it was Pee-wee riding his bike through? That'd be so good. Remake this movie with Pee-wee.
And then it cuts to a dog right outside of the camp, just eating dog food for 5 minutes on screen. 4.5 minutes of a dog eating dog food. Yeah.
I love that that's the thing that you're gonna rub my face in.
Joke? Just like dog food. I'm gonna fucking rub your face in it, bro.
It's such a funny clip. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
It is. It is, and bringing it up to make fun of you about it is also hilarious. It's like it makes you think of the clip again, you know, like. It's good. It's good.
I am thinking of the dog. Yeah.
Yeah. So am I.
I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird. Okay. You haven't seen The Fabelmans, right?
No.
That's a Spielberg movie. That movie it's his most recent, I want to say, theatrical release. It's kind of a semi-autobiographical story of Spielberg's, like, childhood. And, like, the shit going down with his parents and, like, his kind of becoming a filmmaker and stuff. I won't spoil it. It's a really good movie. It's a movie that I think I've mentioned to you has grown in my esteem ever since I watched it, and I need to fucking watch it again. But I think about that movie in the context of all of his other movies now, and because there's so much about, like, his perspective on filmmaking and, like, even just technically some of the things that he does. Like, I watched Jaws in the theater a couple days ago, and good movie. I don't know if you've seen it. And
yeah. Little known one for sure. Yeah.
Little known mega blockbuster, the first ever blockbuster, Jaws. The end of The Fabelmans makes, I won't spoil it too much, but they make a joke about the horizon line, like, in filmmaking. Like, they kind of, like, they talk about, like, where the horizon shows up in the screen. And then it kind of ends with, like, the character kind of skipping away. And, like, I just watched Jaws again, and I couldn't not look at the fucking horizon line the whole time I was watching Jaws. Because, like, if you remember, half that fucking movie takes place on the boat, and so the horizon is constantly doing this, like, diagonal, like, fucking waving, you know.
Yeah,
and it's very discombobulating and, like, uneasy making. But then in this movie, it's not that interesting, the horizon. It looks beautiful. The movie looks really nice.
Yeah. Oh, it looks really nice. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the poster, again, of, like, this kid kind of, like, skipping away, like, going, like, yippee. I don't know. It's hard to talk. I'm trying to talk around that move, The Fabelmans, a little bit, because I don't want to spoil anything. But just, like, watching this movie with that lens just really brought all of the ugliness of the downside of shooting a movie this way to the front.
It's surprising to me that, like, even with that lens and, like, with that sort of maybe adding more negatives to the film, it seems like you still liked it more than, like, I did, coming in sort of blind.
Yeah.
Or well, mostly blind.
I like Christian Bale. He's not, like, one of my guys, but I do like him as an actor, even though he seems to be committed to ruining his life with the rest of his movies. Like, the last, like, 10 years of movies have been bad, but, like, but I like him as an actor. I thought his performance was really captivating, and John Malkovich is, like, again, I don't know. I go back and forth. I'm like, is he hot? I don't know. That's like a dark box, like, that I don't want to open, but he is, like, a very compelling kind of screen presence. And so he's fun. The rest of the cast is interesting. Don't laugh at me.
No,
go ahead.
A couple of times during the movie, and I don't know if this is...
I see it. Yeah.
I don't know if this is just because of the characters that I've seen him play, but I was like, Basie?
Evil.
Oh, Chris has, like, done this character before. I was like, okay, like, yeah.
I have done this character before. Yeah, I mean,
you probably have. I've seen Chris do this character, and also when Basie had the hat, like, way down at the beginning, it was like sort of like
it is like a fucking character from a RPG for sure.
It is like a character from an RPG, but it just reminded me so much of Chris. I was like, oh, okay, like, this guy just reminds me of Chris. Like, from that, and, like, it was very tough for me to shake it throughout the rest of the film too. I was like, oh man, classic American boy, just like Chris. Yep.
That's actually insane, because, like, the demeanor and look of John Malkovich could not be more different than Christopher. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
even in this
movie.
I know,
but I don't know. There's some characters, especially the, like, I want to say, like, the sort of, like, like, Chris will do, like, a very particular, like hunched, like, character, and I'm like, oh, that's Basie. Like, I don't know if he's even seen the film, but
it's funny you say that, because I brought up that I was watching this movie for the pod, and he was like, "Oh, I love that movie. I watched it. My mom made me watch it as a kid, because it's got the two things. You know, Chris is into planes, and his mom is very complicated history of being a Japanese woman, and so, like, she made him watch this movie, I guess, many times. So he knew this movie very well. But so I don't know if he's drawing from that archetype on purpose. That's very interesting. I'm kind of concerned.
I think it's rubbed off on him a bit, especially, like, I mean, like, I don't know. If you can get him to do a bit where he has to play, like, a more dastardly character for the bit, or something like that.
We've definitely workshopped a John Malkovich character a couple different times in various games. So, because Malkovich is such a fun villainous presence, you know, like, articulate but whispery and scary, is like, and, like, forceful. Like, he's always talking like he's through gritted teeth, even though he's not gritting his teeth, and he's very calm. It's weird.
And he's got a weird charisma about him too, and, like, the way that
he's kind of hot. Fuck, you're right. He slides in and out. Pause. Hello.
Of conversation.
He's disgustingly okay. We're getting into this. My levels are bad. He's in a movie called Dangerous Liaisons. I don't know if have we talked about this movie?
You mentioned it a few times, even just today.
Yeah. Well, it's him, Glenn Close, and Michelle Pfeiffer, plus a bunch of other people. But, like, the three of them, Uma Thurman is in it. Like, Keanu Reeves is in it.
Yeah.
It's Lane catnip, right? It's like
Yeah,
shitty.
yeah, yeah.
It's like a trashy movie, but it looks beautiful. Glenn Close is like fucking top 10 performances of all time in this movie. She's so good. And it's just like skeevy, gross, fucking shitty people doing shitty things and fucking. Just heaving bosoms it's heaving bosoms TM of the movie.
Why didn't you fucking start with that? I'll watch it right now.
Yeah, honestly, you should watch it. It's a great movie. Honestly, I might watch it after this fucking podcast now that for like the third time this year. But no, he plays like a skeevy, slutty creep basically, and
yeah,
it works. It's good. You know, yeah, I can't help it. But so in this movie, it's not doing it for me. But and he's so creepy. But
he is creepy.
Man,
yeah,
is that? Do I have a problem?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Your type is weird. I'm not even gonna.
I got no type. Sometimes I'm like I have a type, and then other times I'm like I don't have a type. My type is very
you do have
diverse.
You do have a type. Your type is off-putting. Like
Oh, but Christopher's not off-putting. He's so nice. That's the problem.
You know,
it's like,
and that's what makes me wonder what the fuck is wrong with him, man. I gotta go, like, part of me has always been like the more and more I learn about your preferences, the more I'm like, what fucked up shit is Lane doing? What fucked up shit are Lane and Chris doing behind closed doors that's got Lane on lock like this? Yeah, you know, and that's fine, right? I'm just saying, and like maybe it's like there's a difference between the like idealized like version and then like the person that you prefer to spend 24 hours a fucking day with. But I'm just saying your idealized version fucking weird, man.
That's crazy. I feel so fucking called out. You're right, though.
Good! This is a call out. You should feel like it, yeah.
Is there a third one? Is there a third guy? I feel like recently we talked about a third guy, maybe.
Outside of...
Katie O'Brien is... Oh, no, she's fucked up in that movie, too. In, Love Lies Bleeding. Yeah, honestly, actually, wait.
You're just like a fucking weirdo, man. Like, I don't know what to tell ya.
Christopher's so
crazy
normal.
That you're having this revelation here. I know Chris is so normal. Again, Lane, that is why, like the longer I've known you two, the more I'm like, Chris has gotta have just some weird fucking shit about him. You know, there's gotta be something.
He's so normal. I just have diverse... I contain multitudes. Right. Inside me there are two wolves.
Right. Again, I think it is just like, you're like, damn, that fucking weirdo? Yeah, I'm into it. Fucking, Orson Welles.
Orson Welles is normal. He's not off-putting. No, but you know what is actually bad, and I'm gonna bleep this, is
Drew! Why even, like, it's crazy, that you're fucking...
I'm scrolling through this list.
Destroying your Fifth Amendment right like this, and just fucking shitting all over it. You're incriminating yourself as much as possible. And the thing is, it's like...
Harvey Keitel. Yeah.
Orson Welles, when he was younger, sure, is, like, fine, that's acceptable. But... you can tell that, like, he was a sleazy, dirty dog back then, and I know that you were, like, you were into that. You were like, oh, young Orson? Yeah, he's a sleazy, dirty dog. But, like, there's the portion of you that can, like rationalize it and be like, oh, but, you know, he's still kind of attractive there. And then, like, you just sort of sandwich that together. You're like, no, see, because it's normal because he's attractive there. And it's like, no, you like the sleazy, dirty dog portion of him, right? So that even as he ages, you're still into it, right? Because you can tell that he was a sleazy, dirty dog. Anyway.
There's a certain point where that man became more wine than human, and so no. At a certain point, I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I would never want to taste ejaculate that tastes like grapes. Like that's a
pre or post far. French champagne.
Way pre.
Okay.
Probably like 55 is like probably the cutoff for Welles for me. I would definitely like hang out with Orson Welles and be like, let's chill. I'm not fucking Orson Welles post, 1955-ish. Like, Third Man is the peak, and then like we got a couple more years of like getting by.
Black Orpheus, he's still up there.
What? Black Orpheus? You mean fucking Othello? You're
crazy.
Black
Othello. Fuck.
Black Orpheus. It's just Othello. It's just Othello. There's no black in it.
Is it not? Wait, is Black Orpheus a different?
Black Orpheus is a movie. Black Orpheus is a movie. So
okay, all right. Okay, I'm not like crazy there. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, but he's not in it at all. All right. Okay, never mind then. My bad. That's Camus who directs that.
But Kurt Russell's on my Mount Rushmore. My Mount Humpmore? What is it?
Mount Humpmore. That's good. That's a good one. Yeah. No. Yeah, I think you hit gold with that. Yeah, he's the only normal one. Yeah. But yeah, okay, sure, fine. You have one. Yeah.
Man, fuck
well, although
you're about to kill me. Go ahead. Go on.
The fact that you have used the idea that he has a full bush, never before trimmed or cut, which is just fucking gross, nasty, man. That's gnarly. And the fact that you're like, that's such good stuff. Yeah, yep. You have distinctly used that as a reason why he is, like, in, like, the Hall of Famers. And I'm like, all right, well,
I don't remember.
You're a fucking weirdo, Lane. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Sometimes things just get said. I don't know what to I'm scrolling through the list. Okay, Mifune was not off-putting. That's a handsome man. He's
Mifune.
Like top 10. Mifune.
Mifune. My bad. Yeah. I thought you said Mifune. Yeah. Mifune. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. No, he's attractive. I'll give that to you. Yeah. Again, one of the only like normal ones. But I feel like I'll watch another movie with him.
I would fuck anything. Like I don't.
There'll be like a full frontal, massive bush, and I'd be like, well, there it is. That makes sense. Like I get it now, right? Like I understand where this is coming from.
Pride and Prejudice. Matthew McFadden. He's normal.
Is that Mr. Darcy?
Keira Knightley, also not very off-putting. She's like the most beautiful woman ever made.
All right, yeah, but okay, but those are like, yeah, sure, whatever. Those are freebies, bro. Like you're bringing me your bingo card. You got the free spot filled out, and then fucking freaks in every other one, and you're like, Rick, come on, like this is fine.
Julianne Moore, she's normal.
I could see more of her.
She's a little off-putting.
I just like
the two poles.
Julianne Moore.
Yeah, it's the redhead from Boogie Nights and a bunch of other movies.
Oh, yeah. She's very, very traditionally attractive, sure. Yeah, okay, I'll give it to you.
I like a normal person. A wholesome normal person. And
yeah, okay.
I want to walk on the wild side. Like what?
And then, I like my little fucking freaks as well. What's so bad about that?
I like a little
Every king must have his jester. Come on. Yeah. Can I not hold court with all in the land?
Oh my god. Do we have anything else to talk about with Empire of the Sun? Jesus. We just spent like 10 minutes on this. Why don't I like it? If it's a little freak,
You did like it! I didn't! I'm the normal one!
I've been talked into liking it less, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, I mean, I hate to talk it down, but just like, maybe I went in with too high expectations. I really expected more, and like, especially, I did read that, like, Spielberg considered it to be his most profound work on the loss of innocence. And that, like, sure, just didn't hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it for me, Chief?
Speaking of Chief, you remember the three guys from Jaws?
Yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill them right now. On the spot. I want it on the record. Because I had a revelation when I watched it the other day.
I gotta look up the guys from Jaws now. I was just saying that because I thought that was more of a theoretical than a...
Yeah, you remember that there are three men in the movie Jaws?
I do. Yes, I do remember that there are three men in this movie. Yep.
So you got Chief Brody, you got Hooper, the scientist, and then you got Quint, is the ship captain.
I'm looking it up. I got the IMDb up.
That's so great. Just Google Jaws and the three guys will show up.
I Googled Jaws and the three guys didn't show up.
All right.
I have like older pictures of them. Okay, which one is Brody? We're looking at Roy Scheider here.
Roy Scheider. Yeah. That's Brody.
Okay, so who are your three here?
No. We're getting you on the record first. You cannot be.
Oh, okay. Who are the three? Who are the three that I'm reacting to? So is it Brody, Quint, and Hooper?
Yes.
Okay. I gotta see what Hooper looked like in this actual fucking film, and not...
It's got the Canadian tuxedo on for a lot of that movie.
Canadian tuxedo. Okay. I'm just looking at stills of the movie now.
Oh my god! Do I need to just send you a fucking picture of?
Probably. Okay. I've got Rob Shaw. I've got him down.
What's he?
Robert Shaw. There's Richard Dreyfuss.
I mean, I know who he is, but what's your? Here, I have a good still of all three of them.
Okay, yes.
Okay, here's what it's so great. This was on the first page of Google Images, so.
Oh, this is all three? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So left to right, they are.
That's Quint, the salty sea dog. You got Brody, the captain, and then Hooper is the scientist.
Okay. Do I hate any of these people? I don't remember. Does Quint the scientist, does he get eaten? But is he like being a dickhead and he gets eaten?
Quint is the ship captain, and yes, he gets eaten. Dickhead that's a moral judgment I don't want to ascribe to any of these fine fellas.
Okay. Because it's hard to figure out who to kill here.
As is the problem with this game.
Lane, I think left to right we're doing fuck, marry, kill.
It's you're fucking Quint, you're marrying Brody, and you're killing Hooper.
That's what it looks like here? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like...
What's yours?
I'm probably in the same boat. We're
gonna need a bigger boat, Lane.
It's true, we are going to need a bigger boat.
We're all in the same boat, yeah.
The, what's the quote of like, if a man is conservative in his youth, he has no soul, but if he's liberal in his old age, he has no intelligence. There's a quote like this,
okay, yeah.
I feel like you, as a youngin', you're like, oh, Hooper's the hot one. And now I'm older. I mean, I'm not that old. I'm about to be 30. But like, I for the first time ever watching this movie, I've seen this movie 3 dozen times in my life, maybe more. And like, for the first time, I was like, oh my God. The Brody couple, like him and his wife in that movie. I was like, oh, they're so hot. Holy shit. They're babes, both of them. I was like, no, I'm aging. This is crazy.
So,
because I definitely remember as a kid being like, she's old, he's old, Hooper's the only good-looking person in this movie. It's kind of crazy. Now,
so is Hooper the far right one?
I want to be on the boat. Hooper's the young one.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay. Yeah. So, and this might ruin the far left guy for you, but he just looks like Jay Schlatt to me. He's like a YouTuber / personality or whatever. Yeah, look up Jay Schlatt.
How the fuck do I spell that? And here's the wife from Jaws, who you might remember. I was like, she's so hot. What the fuck? Jay Schlatt YouTuber. How do you spell Schlatt? He doesn't look anything like this guy. He's just got mutton chops.
Yep, spot on. There you go.
That's literally it.
Yeah, they look exactly the same because of it, yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, next week, we're watching a different movie. It's Elaine's Frame. I did give you the choice of 3.
You did.
Yes, and because of I sent you 3 distinct audio clips. What are you laughing at?
I sent you Jay Schlatt. He just looks exactly like the fucking guy.
He doesn't look anything like that at all. He literally just has mutton chops. You're so crazy. Robert Shaw is like an old English guy who looks like a leather belt. Like, and this guy looks like he's never seen the sun in his life. Like, it's just
this guy has like the exact same face, and if you gave him
he doesn't.
Like 20 years, they would just be the same person.
No, you're fucking on crack. You're so crazy. They don't look I'm going to send you a picture of Robert Shaw young. This is great podcasting. It's just us arguing over Discord about... They look nothing alike. You're on it. Anyway, I sent you 3 clips from 3 different musicals. I figured we did 2 war movies, and we're about to go into We Want a Whale in a few weeks. Or not this next episode, but the next one after that. So we'll be locked into horror movies. So I wanted to go and pivot to something very fun and light, because we've watched a lot of war movies lately. So I gave you the choice of 3 different clips. I won't say what the other 2 were, but the one that you ended up picking is the one I kind of figured you might pick just based on the clip, which is Moulin Rouge from 2001, directed by Baz Luhrmann. Yeah, so this is a movie I watched, but like remember none of because I was impaired when I watched it. So I really don't remember anything about it, but it's supposed to be really good, fun. Nicole Kidman, Ewan McGregor. Baz Luhrmann's a fun director whom you know from Romeo plus Juliet. So a movie that I know you like. So
yeah.
This movie is like bleh. Like this is going to be like the bleh movie of all time. Like
I'm all about bleh. I like bleh.
Me too. I like a few different movies by this director, so I'm excited to watch this one and like not be incapacitated for it. So cool. Should I play us out to the Empire of the Sun score? Like some sweeping John Williams like orchestral music?
Yeah, probably. Weird episode. Honestly, you need some music that is just not fitting at all with the episode, like in the slightest.
That's tough because my like go-to default music for like when I don't have music to end the episode is WAP, and so but that fits unfortunately. Should I do like Moo Moo Meadows or one of the Mario Kart songs again?
Yeah, something akin to that.
We're gonna do something akin to that. All right, I'll find the most obscure Mario track I can think of off the dome and go from there.
All right, I like.
Oh wait, I know exactly which one.